Hi Pisces, so this is going to be your mid-June until July reading. So I'm just going to do it this month a little bit differently. It's going to be a little bit more of a channel, kind of a stream of consciousness. So definitely let me know in the comments how you like this style, opposed to my normal way of reading. You kind of work a lot with the tarot and lots of metaphysical and spiritual stuff. You get to the point where you've exercised this method of opening up. You don't necessarily need it as much anymore, so I'm curious how you enjoy these messages. So anyways, what I'm feeling for Pisces, the beginning of this mid-month, I feels like leaning into this discomfort of this new beginning, this new path that's open up for you. So I feel there's kind of been an ending, and it feels like if it was a breakup, it's already happened. It feels like we're ready to start this whole new kind of paradigm. It feels actually quite big. So, on a larger scale than, the mundane day-to-day things that could just possibly happen in the next 15 days, it feels like ultimately what we're preparing for is this new chapter of life where we're receiving everything we want. So I feel like there's a lot of inward contemplation. There's a need for stillness. There's a need for really thinking about each step, not just going willy-nilly with it, but it feels like really contemplating, internalizing, what we really want, and then having the strength to kind of overcome any fear, because it feels like whatever this path is that you're going down, whatever this new thing is, and maybe it's already happened, but it feels like it's closely tied to something that really makes you excited, really kind of ignites that inner spark. And it feels like some of you might be considering if you can make it happen. I don't know if this is actual travel, or it could be a person. I feel strongly there's a consideration about financial factors that I feel like is happening. But again, I'm getting this message of just surrender and lean into it, which is really nice. We're going into this kind of watery season with Cancer, and it feels like, if these feelings of I won't have enough, or can I do it, or I want to say, just feel the feels this month, especially going into next month. We're having an eclipse at the beginning of July, and it feels like, I want to say obstacles for you are going to be removed throughout the end of this month, and they might feel a little bit uncomfortable. So it might just feel like if something's not specifically working out or has crumbled, it feels like it has for a reason. When this comes in, just have the eyes to see like, oh, okay, that just happened for a reason. It's actually a doorway for something else, because I strongly feel that that's kind of what's going on, even a little bit extended past the end of this month. So just have that clarity when that comes in, because it feels like ultimately you're going to have to walk away from like an idea, a person, and an idea of a person. Something kind of reveals itself. And it feels like it's in a good way. I feel also that you're kind of going into this phase where your emotional needs, even tied to like your excitement and everything like that, is being kind of, it's evening out with your financial needs. And it feels like there's also a recalibration of the financial needs. So what do I really need? What do I need this to make me happy? I feel like some of you could be cleaning out stuff, purging, spring, summer, fall cleaning, whatever cleaning, to make space, If anything feels like it's like a roadblock, or internally you're like not sure about it, I want to say just step back. Feels like throughout this month, the end of this month, things just kind of are revealed. I feel like a path being open. So maybe it's the beginning stages of a revelation, or it's an actual path of, okay, I'm going to do that. That feels right. And it's saying, go based on what feels that way. That feels like an internal screaming yes. That's your navigator right now, especially through this watery season of Cancer. We're almost out of Gemini, but it feels like something to do with this. And again, I'm getting that leaning into that feeling of surrender, really in your power right now, of that, trusting, that trust energy, faith, whatever you want to call it. Pisces. If you've been single, I feel like right now is the time to just enjoy yourself. And even if you're a partner, I feel like now is the time to just enjoy. I don't feel like it's time to make any commitments. I actually feel like it's in your best interest not to kind of chase after any types of commitments or emotional attachments on a deep level right now. Maybe next month, month and a half. Anyways, I just feel like now's the time to enjoy and have fun. Even if you're partnered, not clinging on to anything, just kind of releasing and seeing how things kind of unfold. I actually feel like it's a really good time to just enjoy your life, to have fun, especially if there's been kind of like a crashing moment. I know I'm not speaking to everybody, but it feels like, every day doing small things to kind of get out of this, whether it can be something as small as like dietary, switching from soda to seltzer water or something like that, or switching from no activity to doing something to release maybe anger or, this feeling of not being in control. It's like exercise would be really good. I got that message for Taurus as well. Like having an outlet for all of these emotions. I feel like that's actually, you're only the second sign I've done, but it feels like the season, it feels like there's going to be a tendency to want to, I'm getting they're showing me the crab. That's Cancer. Going within, closing off, eating, eating our emotions. But I want to say, even if that's your feeling, like allow that, sit in that for some time, but don't stay there. Do these healthy things to kind of lift yourself up out of that. I feel like if some of you are walking away from situations that weren't serving you, especially if it's like a work situation where there was butting heads, relationship where there's butting heads, it feels like something comes along. It's a lot better. So again, surrender and trust this. Trust the energy. Does this feel right? Does this feel exciting? Does this feel like I want to be doing this every day of my life, my waking hours, especially if it's we're talking about a job here. Feels like, set that intention. Okay, I want to move away from this. Feel those feelings. Go within. Because it feels like, gosh, you're on this period of change. And I feel like for a lot of you, especially if you are a little bit older, I don't know kind of the age of people that watch this, there's a wide range. If you're in the phase of life where I feel women wanting to experience the rite of passage that kind of comes with birth. So I feel like you're kind of going into this place where that is available to you. I feel like now, especially if you're dealing with frustration around this issue, enjoying yourself, enjoying, I don't want to say ignoring it, but I want to say getting into a different frame of mind and kind of counting other blessings and doing other fun things, because this feels like it's happening. It's in the works. It feels like a timing thing. And it's bringing me to this analogy, interesting, of vibration. I don't know if you've seen, there's so many examples, like if you Google effects of vibration. like that the scientist, I think he was Japanese, I forget his name, sorry guy, sorry sir, that experiment with rice where he says, I love you, I hate you, and he ignores the other bowl of rice. In the end, the I love you one made this beautiful smell, stayed white. The one he said, I hate you, it turned smelly. And the one he said he ignored, it rotted within. So it feels like, if there's any anger, it feels like that vibration or even frustration, it's like not in accordance with needs to be going on harmoniously in your body. I want to say doing things that simply you enjoy, whether that's, going for a hike in nature. I always suggest, find other people that want to do it. Don't drag your friends along. Meet new people. Go to meetup.com. I'm sure there's lots of people in your area that are interested in whatever you do. And I used to live in the States. Actually, it's pretty much worldwide. But I used to do like guided meditations. I'm not going to force my friends to do the weird stuff that I'm interested in. So I'm getting strongly that do more things you enjoy, especially this summer. It feels like you're gaining strength, feels like building up energy to make the positive changes in your life. And it feels like really, really, really big endings and really big beginnings. So dream big. This is a good time to manifest for you guys. I don't feel too much changes like in regards to relationships. So if you're single, it feels like staying single. I mean, we're talking about 15 days here through the end of the month. And if you're in a relationship, I don't feel any changes here. It feels like everything that's changing is going on within. And you don't really need to project onto anybody else, especially if you're going through some feelings of the feels, it feels like. So let me grab another card here. See what additional messages I can get for the sign of Pisces. What additional messages do you have for the sign of Pisces? What additional messages do you have for the sign of Pisces, Father of Earth? Let's see what this says. It's about getting grounded. This is also, I feel like, about financially taking, It says reliability, diligent work, harvest time, strength, thoughtfulness, benevolence, insistence, stability, discipline, sometimes rigid. It's important to strengthen your contact with the earth now, meaning a certain amount of grounding is needed. This will give you greater stability and inner firmness. Just the thought of being able to rely on your inner self can renew your strength. Focus on your earthly qualities at this time. Feel in what area you're needing more grounding in order to complete an unfinished project. You need a sense of safety as well as internal stability. But just work for work's sake is not energizing enough, merely a burdensome necessity. Soulful work you don't consider as such, provides the satisfaction you seek. That kind of energy investment strengthens your self-confidence and gives you the faith that you are on the right track. Yeah, I strongly feel that energy of doing things that really kind of re-energize, that you enjoy, that give back to your soul. And again, especially reiterating that message of going through the Cancer season and feeling the feels. Get out into nature, get grounded. I feel like that example of, going for a hike didn't come up by chance. So again, get out in nature. Nature heals pretty much everything, in my opinion. Again, I'm a little bit of a hippie. Some of you guys could definitely be traveling though, or planning an adventure, thinking forward about an adventure. Maybe this is your wish, this travel. That's obviously not going to be for everybody, but it feels like, especially those of you that have your own company, it feels like you have the wherewithal now, and it's kind of on the preface of taking this leap. Can I do this? Could this feasibly work out for me? And it's saying it would, it will, it does, it is. So don't listen to the resistance in your mind in that instance. Definitely a path being open for you guys, so I'm curious how that plays out or if this applies to you. I'm always love reading your comments and how you like this new style of reading, so let me know. All right, bye Pisces.